I'm Natalie Callander from the University of Wisconsin, and I'm here at ASH to represent a sub-study of what's called the DREAMM study. And this is actually a very novel idea where you take a master protocol and combine belantamab, now that's the drug antibody conjugate that goes by the name of Blenrep commercially. And this is a drug that by itself was found to have a response rate in people who had at least 3 lines of therapy and had been exposed to an IMiD drug, thalidomide-len, for example, a PI, a proteasome inhibitor, and an antibody drug, that in this group of patients who had an average of about 5 lines of therapy, that there was about a 32% response rate. That's only a third of patients, but of those people who responded in the DREAMM-2 study, about 50% of them had a very good response of VGPR or better. So there seems to be a signal there in some patients. And what the DREAMM-5 study is, it's a way to combine belantamab with other drugs that have other mechanisms of action that might be complementary. And it's a really cool design because you can explore in one protocol, so that means you can have access to a whole bunch of different combinations. You go through these combinations in what's called a dose exploration phase, and then if something looks promising and not toxic, you can take it ahead into what's called a dose expansion cohort, see and test it against belantamab as a single agent. If it actually looks promising, then you could potentially bring it forward to a phase 3 trial. So I'm here to present a sub-study of this DREAMM-5 using something called feladilimab, which is an agonist. It means it stimulates something called the inducible co-stimulator of T cells, or ICOS. So this is a molecule that is important for T cell function and differentiation. And the idea is if you take a drug that stimulates ICOS, does not inhibit it, but stimulates, then that may make belantamab work better, particularly because there's the feeling that T cells in myeloma may not be functioning well, or what some people will term exhausted. So in this sub-study of 25 patients, we looked at the combination of this ICOS agonist with belantamab, and we saw in these 25 patients a 52% response rate, which was great. And among the people who responded, 57% had at least a very good partial response, meaning you can only see just a tiny bit of protein left over, and we're very excited about that. In terms of side effects, we really did not see any new signals. Now, keratopathy, that is corneal irritation, has been a problem with belantamab, and I think people who've used the drug know that. In the DREAMM-2 study, the incidence of keratopathy was about 74%. In our study, it's 44%. It looks like it's lower. Now, again, this is a small group of patients, so we don't know if that's a real signal, but that was very encouraging, and we didn't see any side effects that were unexpected. And then finally, one thing I think is very patient-friendly about these studies is that there's no dexamethasone, and these are IV medications given once every 3 weeks, so it's a pretty patient-friendly schedule.